So I was relaxing in my underwear, just trying to go back to sleep. That's how I fall asleep. Sometimes I usually wear pajamas if I have company, but don't need it. But I have a problem. Even though I took my Trileptal at 6 and I've been doing a little better, not perfect, I can't stand up and I'm in pain, but somewhat better. I started to shake and have some problems at about 8. Now, taking care of that with that heater right there. That heater. David,
Yeah.
I'm making a video right there.
Oh.
I asked you if you wanted saltines. You told me no. I want you on the camera. Anyways. So we got a heater right here blowing. Probably hear it. As you can see, it's on high. When I press that button, it just shows you the temperature setting. Now, and by the way, that's what's supposed to be blowing, not the temperature of the room. Used to think it's the temperature of the room. It's not. It's how much it's blowing. You can turn it up too with the up lever, as you can see. But it's damn August 14th. So why would I need a heater right now? Well, one, mold, we have to keep the windows open. Two, I have a neurological disorder from childhood for 25 fucking years. I was putting in suede jackets during the day when it was 85 to 90 degrees in Texas because there was a little too much wind. I'm not fucking kidding. I was putting on heavy suede jackets because it was 85 with a hint of wind. And that was at age maybe 8, 9, 8. Now I'm 31 and the problem persists and I still haven't received any medical care. Why haven't I received any medical care? Wouldn't you think a child who is having all different types of difficulty like this, the parents would get a medical care eventually? Not if the mother is responsible for the injury. If your mother was a foster mother, injured you, adopted you for that reason, and also had a bunch of other stuff going on, was doing a bunch of lying, manipulating of their husband, and the kid is... I mean, I believe that Santa Claus, a big fat man, was coming down my chimney every year, and a rabbit was going to hop into my house and leave me an egg. I truly believed that at childhood, just like any other 5-year-old, 6-year-old, or 7-year-old would. When my mother told me that trying to look at a match and trying to figure out how to light it meant that I was purposely trying to burn down the house, she used rhetoric like this. You could have burned down the house, so you're trying to burn down the house. Admit it already. She had a lot of fucked up rhetoric. Now she's in hell or heaven or wherever right now. She's probably in hell waiting for this to be handled. Probably she'll get into heaven. I said I would forgive her, but honestly, I'm still suffering greatly. So, yeah, I would think that she would get up there once when this is handled and I get peace with it or something, but I don't really know because I did give her forgiveness and told God, but that was also before I knew any of this. That was at 19 when all I knew is that she was doing something that was hurting me and I had no idea what it was. Now that I have the full context, because I always had the details, like I always knew I lost my vision during the overdose. I always knew that my nervous system or my body felt differently. But I didn't have the word nervous system. And my mother was calling it an allergy attack. I didn't know what an allergy attack was. But now at age 31, I've studied allergies. I've studied neurological disorders. I've studied all different types of medical reactions for medications. I've felt all different types of reactions for medications at one point or another. I've also talked to several doctors, and not a single doctor on this earth told me that losing your vision and the reaction I was experiencing could be a combination of those meds, or any meds singly mixed together like that. Nope. What they said is I could have experienced an overdose with other medications added in, like if my mother gave me an opiate with those meds, then I could experience an overdose, and that could cause that type of reaction. Also brain damage and damage to the nervous system. But that's not the only one. She also gave me almost a full bottle of Ipecac as a punishment. I would say about 7 ounces of pure Ipecac as a punishment. She also totally used fucked up rhetoric that day too. Now, you would think with this going on, my father would step in and help, right? And well, he was being lied to and manipulated, but he's too smart for that after all these years, right? I mean, when my mother is popping my prescriptions, when she's going to liver failure and drinking, when she admits to drinking alcohol and then blames it on me and then admits whatever, when she's doing all these crazy things, when your grandson comes up and tells you that he's afraid of her or having problems with her, when your son, who's much older, has a degree in psychology, comes up to you and says your wife is crazy, there's something wrong with her, when your daughter hears that she thinks it's okay to give extra medication to a child that is not prescribed without even checking with the doctor, when your son gets sick all of a sudden on Halloween and he has all these like, hey, come over here and take your medicine. Oh, now an hour and a half later, he's sick. He can't go out. I'm going to baby him. Oh, yes, he's vomiting in the bathroom. No, he really did want to go out. He was so happy to put on his costume, but now he's really pale and vomiting. So you guys go out and leave me to him. You would think that somebody would wake up. And if the guy turns 31 and brings this to his father, brings this to his sister, brings this to the brother, what are the chances that they really don't believe it? Of course they believe it. They just don't want to make themselves inconvenienced by handling their family's problem. So it's easier to pour this onto a orphan child and try to just blame him and point fingers at him. But that's a good way to burn in hell for eternity. And I'll tell you, I had a near-death experience. There is a higher power out there. Now, you won't believe me until you see it for yourself. But trust me, with all the experiences I had and all the things I've seen, there is a higher power. If you don't believe in God, you can call it a higher power. If you're not a Christian or a Catholic, you don't have to call him Jesus Christ. But whatever you believe, trust me, there is something there waiting for you.